And we're back on the program, and when the New Jersey Devils head coaching job was vacant, I suggested two men for the job. The first one being the technical engineer of this program, the great Kevin Canessa, and the other being the former head coach for the Florida Hockey Panthers, Peter DeBoer. The man who got the job now joins me on the Peerless Boilers hotline. Peerless builds America's best boilers. Your head coach for your New Jersey Devils, Peter DeBoer. Pete, Zach Gelb here, TalkUSATV.com. Thank you for joining me, and how are you?
I'm fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing great myself, and a lot of critics didn't have the Devils doing too well to start off the season. You got off to a nice 3-1 start. It must be great to hush those critics coming out of the gate.
It was nice to start the way we have over the last week. Obviously, the home opener didn't go like we wanted. We had a really good training camp, had about a week off prior to the home opener, and I think probably if I could look back in hindsight would have handled our time off a little bit differently in order to get a little more jump in our opener. But I thought the guys really responded in the last 3 games. We've gotten better and better.
What's the latest on your goaltender, Martin Brodeur? I know he has been injured. When is the earliest we could expect him back on the ice?
The prognosis we got today was that it's probably a week to 10 days we're looking at. I think he'll be on the ice as early as tomorrow skating, but before he can probably, you'll see him in a game, it'll probably be a week to 10 days. But Johan Hedberg's come in and did an exceptional job for us, and I have no doubt that he can hold the fort until we get a healthy Marty back.
So now you're telling me, basically, when Martin Brodeur comes back, it doesn't matter how well Hedberg plays, it will be Marty's job to lose.
You guys are all the same. You're great. You're trying to create a goalie controversy, and we haven't even started yet. It's a good question. I mean, obviously Marty's the starting goalie and the main guy here. I think with the age of both our goaltenders, we've told them both we're going to need you both at different times this year. The schedule's such a grind that we're going to need both guys. But I don't think there's any doubt that this is Marty's team.
It's really unbelievable. You're exactly right. Everyone's just trying to create a goaltending controversy. I could not tell you how many texts I got today saying, you got to ask DeBoer this. Is Marty going to play once he comes back from injury?
Yeah, of course Marty's going to play. Like I said, I think that I've got the great luxury of 2 quality goaltenders. And, I didn't know Hedberg very well before I got here, but he's been very impressive. And the guys feel comfortable and confident in front of him. And I'll tell you what, Marty Brodeur was exceptional through training camp, through exhibition games, and the season opener. I thought he was in mid-season form, so I feel real comfortable with our goaltending.
We're talking to the Devils head coach, Peter DeBoer. And Peter, Kovalchuk and Parise, they both needed 2 good starts. Obviously, Kovalchuk didn't get off to a good start last year, and Parise coming back off from injury. Talk about the play of these 2 young guys.
Yeah, an exceptional talents. Again, just coaching from the opposite bench the last 3 years, you always admired their skill level. I think till you're around them on a daily basis, you don't appreciate how good of people they are and how these guys prepare to play and how badly they want to win. In my mind, they're 2 of the top 6, 7 forwards in the entire world, and we have them on the same team on different lines, and I'm able to throw them out there together for certain situations like power play. So it's a great luxury.
Where is Parise right now, health-wise? Are you going to give him a rest come maybe 2 weeks or so just to make sure he's okay?
You know what? He feels very good. I think if you know Zach Parise, conditioning is never an issue. He's strong as an ox and skating very well. I think the only thing he was missing was some timing and some game speed timing after missing almost a year of hockey last year. And every night that's getting better and better. So he plays a big man's game, and he's not a big guy. So we're going to have to give him the proper rest as the season goes on. But he's a competitor.
We're talking to the Devils head coach, Pete DeBoer, on TalkUSA.tv on the Peerless Boilers hotline. And Peter, the team has been dreadful so far on the power play. They're 2 for 17. What is the message to this team in practice to try to generate a little bit more offense on the power play?
Well, I think just practice and stick with it. I know the numbers don't show a high success rate, but we like the looks we've been getting. We think we've just missed. We think we could easily be 5 for 17 right now with a little bit of luck and a few less crossbars and posts. So it's just to stick with the program. We practiced it today. We'll practice it tomorrow, so we're going to spend a lot of time on it. But it's just be patient and keep doing the things we're doing well.
One thing that always intrigues me on the coaching front in the NHL is when you get to a shootout and you're the home team, does Pete DeBoer shoot first or give it to his goaltender first?
You know what? We shot first in the home opener. I found out after that New Jersey had a history of letting the other team shoot first, I guess with the idea that they felt comfortable that with the goaltending here that they would get a save right off the bat. I've never believed in doing anything other than shoot first, so we shot first, and in the last two, and Kovalchuk went in and scored on both. So we'll continue with that until we don't have any luck at it.
What's one thing that you've been really impressed so far this year with this team in the early goings of the season?
You know what? Just the hunger of the group in order to get back to the playoffs and prove to people that last year was just what it was, a down year and a perfect storm as far as a lot of things going wrong. I think they came back hungry, committed, and I think it's been a great group to work with.
Now, when you were playing in Florida, you really didn't have that big rivalry compared to the Islanders and the Rangers. Now, when you step into this Devils job, how excited are you to go out there and play the Islanders or the Rangers whenever you do so?
I'm getting pretty excited. I'm finding out firsthand how passionate the people are in this area for their respective teams. I walked into Short Hills Mall the other day and got booed by an Islander fan walking down the hall. So I'm figuring it out pretty quickly. I lived in obscurity in Florida for 3 years, and no one really knew who I was. But there's no hiding here, and I'm excited about the passion.
Now, I want to get your thoughts on two hockey teams. One is the New Jersey Devils rival, the New York Rangers. Do you think this team could go deep into the playoffs this year?
Dangerous team, a very well-coached team. John does a great job. The team plays with a real identity. Last year, they led the league in hits and block shots, so he's got them buying into playing that way. And I think when you add a guy like Brad Richards to the mix, you can only get better. So I think they're dangerous. I'm not putting any stock in their start or their record early. They went out and beat a real good Vancouver team last night 4-0, and I think they're a very good team.
Now, are you current with the Panthers right now? Was that a team that you pay extra attention to since you had a job there? What are your reactions so far to the Panther season?
Well, you know what? It's funny you say that. I've never been fired before, so you never know how you're going to react to it. And I think anybody that tells you they don't watch their ex-team and how they're doing or what's going on is lying, because you do watch, and I'm real hopeful that some of those guys there really succeed. I think you play a part in developing a lot of these young guys for 3 years, and you feel a special bond with some of them. So I watch closely and hope that they do well.
I'll be honest with you, as we're talking to Peter DeBoer on the Peerless Spoilers hotline, I thought you were an exceptional coach, and I think you got a little bit of a raw deal out in Florida. Is that job a little bittersweet, especially how the way it ended? You got a lot of pride. Anybody that works in this business does, and you want to see a job through to the end. And obviously, it didn't end the way we wanted it to. My first year there, we came within a percentage point of making the playoffs, and the next 2 years it went downhill. So that's disappointing. But without that experience and without me getting fired there, I wouldn't have this opportunity. I'm very happy to be in New Jersey. I can't think of a spot I'd rather be in right now working with the group we've got here. Well, let's be real here, Pete. A big reason why I'm sure you're happy and ecstatic to be coaching the New Jersey Devils is now you don't have to deal with Sid Rosenberg each and every week. Sid's a dear friend of mine. You don't have to go in and ask those hard-hitting questions and answer them from Sid Rosenberg. I bet you're exuberant.
Well, you came out gunning with the goalie controversy, so Sid would be proud of you. Well, I'm sure you'll keep me on my toes.
Well, Sid gave me my first on-air opportunity, actually. My dad worked with him at WFAN Radio, and he put me on the air at 8, so I am a Sid Rosenberg protege, to say the least.
He's a great man, and he does a great job down there, and he deserves to see a winning team, although I'm never going to forget how much of a Ranger fan he is.
Pete, thanks so much. I appreciate it, and good luck to the rest of the season.
Take care. Thanks.